Ram Ram, welcome to another video of the Flowing Dutchman. Now in this video I'm gonna show you what I eat in a day in India.
The flowing Dutchman, yeah, the flowing Dutchman. I miss the paper man, I be the flowing Dutchman. Yeah, shuffle on the production. Like this, yeah, like this, yeah. The flowing Dutchman, yeah.
Okay, so for the background information, of course, I cannot eat the same thing every day. So it depends on where I am, it depends in which city I am, in which state, because every city and state has different types of food. Now, today I am in Pushkar, Rajasthan. Now, Pushkar has many temples, and the thing with temples in India is that you cannot eat non-vegetarian food close to the temple. Now, because there are so many temples here and the village is so small, you cannot eat eggs or any meat. So getting proper protein is quite difficult here. Now, since I eat approximately 200 grams of protein every day, that is quite a difficult task. So my breakfast is going to be 4 eggs with toasted white bread. Normally I would have taken brown bread, but since white bread is the only option here, I do take white bread, otherwise I need to eat a ton of eggs to get my calories in, because usually I eat around 4,000 calories. I'm expecting to lower that over the coming weeks, because usually I eat less in India than when I'm at home, but I try to keep up the calories just to be satiated. Now, I've counted the macros of this breakfast and the total amount of calories was 650 with 31 grams of fat, 35 grams of protein and 53 grams of carbohydrates. Now I also take a few vitamins and pills. Here they are. They are a multivitamin from a good source. They are a special blend of probiotics for traveling and fish oil. So I just finished my second meal and this one was a little bit bigger. I got a family paper masala dosa. Now a masala dosa is a fermented dough made among others from lentils, and it has a filling of potato, mashed potato, and also some green peas, and of course a lot of Indian spices. Now the family paper dosa means paper dosa already means it's big, and if you have a family paper dosa, then it means it's actually double big. Now this family paper dosa, I estimated, has around 11 grams of fat, 12 grams of protein and 87 grams of carbohydrates. So quite a lot of carbohydrates, not as much protein as I'd like, but I had a second dish, the paneer pakora. And I discovered this one last year, and by discovering I mean I ordered it because I always try to eat paneer. Paneer has a very high protein volume, so every dish I try to take with paneer, especially the curries, because if you don't, you will not get so much protein. So you hear me talk about protein quite a bit. Now this is partly because it's just not so easy to get enough protein here, so that's why my mind is focused on protein so much. If you just get a regular meal and you just start to eat what you like here in India, you'll get mainly carbohydrates and mainly sugar, which is of course delicious, but it's not that healthy for the body, especially if you have some muscle mass. Protein is not just good for muscle mass, it's also good for red and white blood cells, it's good for enzymes, hormones, and of course muscle fiber. So the body needs protein. Now this paneer pakora was like a side dish. It had around 40 grams of fat, 50 grams of protein and 80 grams of carbohydrates, which makes the total of this dish a 51 grams of fat, protein had 62 grams, and then carbohydrates 167. Now the estimated total amount of calories was around 14 to 1500, which is quite a big meal, but then again my breakfast wasn't that big, and I'm also quite a big eater. I eat around 4,000 calories a day. So after my lunch I went straight to the juice center where they have a wonderful and delicious juice made of beetroot, carrot and ginger. So a very healthy juice, and I always come back to see this. Now, one of those glasses of juice contains around 130 kilocalories and has around 30 grams of carbohydrates. Now, after lunch, I eventually went for dinner. Now, at dinner, I had a paneer do piazza. If I say that, I probably said that too Italian. Piazza. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that. But it's a curry made of paneer. Again, paneer, which contains quite a lot of protein. 650 calories, 50 grams of fat, 38 grams of protein, and 14 grams of carbohydrates. I got that served with a cup of rice, which contained around 250 kilocalories, and also protein 4 grams and carbohydrates 52. So after my dinner, I had raita and malpua. Malpua is a traditional Indian dessert. It's basically sweet dough and then deep fried. Like all the bad combinations all in one. But it's really good. It had 130 calories, 4 grams of fat, 1 gram of protein and 21 grams of carbohydrates. And then the raita, which I actually wanted curd, which I still don't really like. So, but the malpua made it a lot better. In total, the dinner had 1290 calories, 60 grams of fat, 50 grams of protein, and 98 grams of carbohydrates. So that makes up the total of the day 3,520 calories, 142 grams of fat, 147 grams of protein, and 348 grams of carbohydrates. So imagine this, I'm trying to get as much protein as I would like. Still, I get only 150 grams with a big calorie intake. So that just comes to show how difficult it actually is. And if I wouldn't have paid attention to it, like if I wouldn't have had a paneer dish at lunch and at evening, or I didn't have eggs, then that number the carbohydrates would have gone way up and the protein would have gone way down. And also the interesting thing is that whenever you get more protein, you usually also get the same amount of fat combined with it. So it's very difficult to get lean protein. And this is also because I'm not cooking for myself. I know if you're living in India, it would be much easier. But as a tourist and someone who's traveling around and going to different restaurants, it's, the fat will come. But luckily my metabolism is quite fast, so it won't pick up on me. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you liked it, please consider to subscribe, like the video, or leave a comment if you have any other questions. See you in the next video. Ram Ram.